It can be really overwhelming looking for your new family car, and BabyDrive is all about helping families make more informed choices. We know safety is a huge priority for parents, so who better to ask than ANCAP Chief Technical Officer Mark Terrell for advice.
The first piece of advice is start with a 5-star car.
Yep.
Definitely look at the ANCAP ratings.
Yeah.
And we do a lot to help people in choosing vehicles and provide as much information as possible. Also, look, as I mentioned, the date stamp, so that can tells us about the age of the rating, which tells us a bit about the age of the car as well, and what the test parameters that it's been tested to. So that's also helpful. Then when we're looking to the child occupants and so on, making sure that they will be able to fit the child restraints for the children. And it's difficult, obviously. New parents, probably the first child, putting one child in a car is one thing, putting two is a little bit more challenging. Yep. 3 or 4, it starts to get really hard. And as part of our ratings, we do installation checks, and we can identify how well different seats fit in different positions.
For all new cars tested since 2018, there's a chart on the ANCAP website that tells you which types of child restraints can fit in each position.
The other significant thing is we then do installation of a range of typical child seats in the seats in the car. So wherever there is a seat with a top tether, we will take our collection of child seats and actually fit them in each position and make an assessment of whether they can be safely fitted in the vehicle. Yep. So that gives the potential owners of the vehicle or users of the vehicle an idea of which child seats they can put in which positions.
And I can't believe the amount of child seats that are here. Like, look at all these. These are all going to be tested.
We don't do multiple child seats at the same time, so that's something that which people may want to think about if they're looking at three children across the back row. Yeah. That's a challenge, and that's something which you then need to look a bit further, perhaps.
A BabyDrive, perhaps. Mark went on to describe some of the other considerations.
Other things, I think, there are other features about the car as well which make it better or worse for putting children in. Just the height, the size of the doors for particularly as you get heavier babies in rearward facing seats. Just the ergonomics of actually managing to get the child in the seat without breaking your back is also another part of things, which to some extent is covered in our assessment as well, and that we actually do, when we do the installation, we actually take the appropriate size dummy and put it in the seat, because, for instance, if you had a small 2-door car, in some cases you actually can't get either the seat or where we have the baby capsule, you might be able to put the baby in the capsule and the base of the capsule in the car, but you actually can't get the thing in without tipping it upside down, which kind of defeats the purpose. So that is part of our assessment, but just how that interacts with other child seats is something that people just need to be also aware of.
Mark said that it is the restraint's job with younger children to do the protecting, whereas kids aged 6 to 10, it is the seatbelt's job.
The reason that we are testing since the start of last year with the 6 and 10-year-old, because they are using the adult belt, and it's actually part of the car that is restraining them. So it's really about how good the car is rather than how good the child seat is. Right. And that's where we see our role being.
In the side impact testing, when looking at a vehicle that had been through side impact tests, Mark explained in Australia nearly all vehicles score full points, and the wings on child booster seats play a big role in that.
In this test, we have a 10-year-old on the struck side and a 6-year-old on the non-struck side. So for that test, the more challenging side would be the struck side, and the 10-year-old is in the same seat as in the offset test. So typically a booster seat, it does have the side protection, so we wouldn't expect to see bad results in that.
If you had a car that's, say, a 2016 car that got 5 stars then, and structurally it was really strong and did really well in the crashes, would it now still rate that well for that part of an ANCAP test, even though it doesn't have all the same technology?
Our rating system has changed over time, and there's no question we raised the bar. One of the things that we are doing is we put a date stamp on the rating that helps people work out where they fit in together. It's very difficult then to take different years and actually say, well, I want to compare this one with that one. The fact is, if you're starting with a 5-star car, that is a car that is a safe car. But there's safe, and you can go that step more, and it's part of the equation. How much do I want to spend? How important is safety? I mean, for some people the rear seat is very, very important. For some people the rear seat's going to carry suitcases and luggage, so they might not care so much. But it's also important that people be able to understand how these fit in. And the other thing is that all of these things, it's also about what the car manufacturer and the car designer actually brings to the market as well. So all of these things mean when we've introduced our additional requirements, manufacturers are stepping up and putting these things in cars. From 2018, you really have to have that whole package. You need to have the safety assist technology, you need to have the pedestrian protection, you need to have child occupant protection, you need to still protect the adults as well. So it's that big picture.